Good morning, everybody, and happy New Year. Cheers to the new year. I am Clanisha Richard, and this is my YouTube channel, A Journey to Me. It's been a while since I've just really sat down and did a whole video. Sometimes when you enter into relationships, um, they can be a distraction and they can deter you away from the very things that you set your mind into doing. And sometimes when you are so far gone in that relationship, you just tend to put a lot of things on the back burner. And I am going to try to get through this video without crying. So if I cry, please excuse me. It has been some days prior to this very day. Um, so yesterday I decided that I was going to just completely take myself off of social media, Facebook, Instagram. I know for me, I found myself trying to compare myself to others and things of that nature. And so I just definitely want to get to a place of where it's just me, where I have only to depend on God and maybe, one or two people that I can confide in. Um, and yes, I know that God is enough, but sometimes we need earthly people to talk to as well, just so that we don't go into a deep place of isolation, even though sometimes we may need to in order to be able to look up and depend solely on God. So I kind of was like, okay, how am I going to start this year off? What is my fast going to entail? And usually my fast entails me staying away from meat, things of that nature. But I was like, I stop eating meat, but I don't get in my word. And I have just been heartbroken the day after, since the day after Christmas. I was just really in a place to where I'm like, God, really? Like, really? And so, I was like, okay, I'm gonna get off of Facebook. I am going to focus on my eating habits and just trying to eat better and more healthier. Last year I did decide to, well, not last year, actually 2019, I decided on a weight loss journey. And so from July of 2019 all the way to about March of 2020, um, I started off at 185. I got all the way down to 159, but then we were told to shelter in place. So of course all of the gyms and everything closed. I did gain about 10 pounds, but my weight tended to fluctuate. And so I was like, okay. So I want my journey to pretty much it's going to have to start over. Like I've gained all of my weight back. Um I deterred from the goal and the vision that God had gave to me in 2019. And it's been a year. I've had some good things happen to me. Like for instance, I have been praying about some restored relationships. So a relationship with my ex-husband that was actually restored, thank and all praises to God. We are in a good place where we're able to communicate with each other. I've been asking for um what else? I asked for a relationship, but when I got into the relationship, I mishandled the relationship. Nothing bad, just was doing some things that I had no business doing. um I asked for a better paying job, still doing what I like, but just making more money. And God blessed me to have a better paying job, making about 20,000 more than what I was initially making at my previous job. I was able to get a new car. I definitely wrote and journaled more, prayed more with intention, prayed dangerous prayers. But then as the year continued to go through, I just kind of found myself being lazy, not wanting to put in the work that I know that I needed to do. And then, of course, when I got into my relationship, things were very, very good, during the beginning stages. And then once sin entered into our relationship, things were still good, but it started weighing heavy on us both, and we both received warnings, and we all know that warning comes before destruction. And then we didn't take heed to those warnings, and so ultimately our relationship was destructed. And so this morning I was trying to figure out, because I wanted to get back into my actual Bible and not reading my Bible app, because with the phone you have notifications, you have people calling, you have people texting, and so I just really wanted to be away from my phone and the distractions that my phone can cause, typically on a daily basis. And so I prayed this morning. I've been praying a lot lately just for God to give me the strength to continue. Like I said, I'm gonna try to get through this video without crying. And I decided to open up my Bible today, and that's what prompted this video. So I opened up my Bible too. I had a pen inside my Bible, and I had, well, actually a highlighter. I had a highlighter inside my Bible, and I was like, okay, let me just open it to see what I last highlighted. And so it was this. It's Isaiah 43. But forget all that. It is nothing compared to what I am going to do, for I am about to do something new. See, I have already begun. Do you not see it? I will make a pathway through the wilderness. I will create rivers in the dry wasteland. And when I read that on this morning, I literally broke down, because we want so bad for things to go our way. And when things do not typically go our way, we get upset, we get mad, we start doubting, we lose faith, we lose hope, and we start questioning God. And I know for me, I was definitely questioning God. I was like, God, really? Like, it took me 19 months to even get into a relationship, and then I finally get into a relationship that is a healthy relationship, and it's taken away from me. But then I had to ask myself, well, Clinisha, were you still doing the things that you were supposed to be doing? Were you still practicing abstinence? Were you still going to God? Was God the number one desire of your heart? Was you putting him before God? And I started asking myself all of these different questions, and I was just like, okay, I understand. And even though I understand, it still hurts in a way. But I also read this other thing, and it was actually a devotion on the Bible app, and it was just talking about how we scream, we cry, we pout, because sometimes we don't know where we are heading. And the ride may take 2 minutes, or the ride may be 2 miles, or it may be 20 miles. But because we don't know where we are heading, we get upset and we get frustrated, and we start questioning, and we just pretty much act a fool. While God is just really looking down on us and just saying, my child, if only you knew that I was taking you to a place that you would love, that your favorite place. And in the devotional, it was the lady taking her son to his favorite park to have ice cream. And so when she said that, it made me kind of sit back and realize. And I was like, okay, well, maybe God is trying to take me to a better place. And maybe I am going to love this place better. You just don't know. And so even though 2021 is kind of starting off a little rough for me, definitely me being in my emotions and my feelings, I have to realize that God is doing a new thing and he has already begun. But at the same time, well, no buts. Just at the same time, I can't see it because I am hurting on the inside. And so sometimes we just have to keep the faith, we have to keep hope, and we have to continue to press forward. So I'm going to read this scripture to you all again, and I want this to really resonate with you all. But forget all that. When he says forget all that, forget the past. Yes, our past, it tends to build us because the past, it sets the foundation of what we want our present and our future to hold. When we do things, we have to remember, okay, when I did that before, it didn't work out. So let me try to do it another way. And let me keep trying to figure out ways to do this so that when I finally do it the right way, I can learn from it. But we also learn from our past mistakes as well. But forget all that. It is nothing compared to what I am going to do. The things that we went through last year, God allowed those things to set the tone for the places that he is getting ready to take us to this year. For I am about to do something new. See, I have already begun. Do you not see it? Like I said, when we are so frustrated and we are so broken and we are so fixated on the things that we are going through in the current moment, we can't perceive these new things God is trying to do because we're still trying to hold on to those things that God has taken away from us. And my family, my friends, they know that when I love hard. And maybe that's something that I have to work on this year. Like I'm not going to lie to y'all. Like when that relationship ended, I was like, you know what? I'm just done. Like I don't know if I can take another hit like that. I just don't know if I can take another hit. And I haven't been in many relationships at all. Like I've had 2 major relationships. And those were with both of the guys that I had children with. And then dated one guy for about a good 2 or 3 weeks and everything was good. And he ended up going back to an ex. And then of course this relationship that I just got out of, and we dated for where we were in a relationship dating for like 3 months, and God took that relationship as well. And so when we are still stuck on those things, we can't perceive what God has already laid out ahead of us because we still want to hold on to those things that God has already taken away from us. And it's easier said than done. I'm still learning, but you know, it is a part of life. I will make a pathway through the wilderness. I will create rivers in the dry wasteland. God is he's already making these paths and laying out these paths ahead of us. Usually when we are in the wilderness, we feel like we're stuck. We feel like we don't have a way out. We're confused because it's like, okay, which way do I go? Because everything looks the same. But if you allow God to just lay out the path, his path, not you telling God, I want this path in the wilderness. Allow God to just really lay out the path for you in the wilderness, and you follow that path, and you take God by his right hand, and you follow him. what I've learned on my own is when I try to do things my way, when I fall, the fall is much harder than it is when I am spiritually aligned with God. I will create rivers in the dry wasteland. God will do exceedingly and abundantly above all that we can ask for or even imagine. We just have to continue to hold on, continue to have faith, continue to have hope. And even if you had as much faith as a mustard seed, you would still be able to move a mountain. So I hope this video has helped you all in a way that it has helped me. I feel a little better, but I'm probably going to allow myself to break down because I need that. Crying is good for me. It helps me cleanse my soul. But I wish all of you all a very happy new year. And I hope that the things that you learned in 2020, I hope that you apply those things in 2021. And I just hope that you choose God's path, His vision for your life. It's never too late to reflect, reset, and refocus. As a matter of fact, when I get done with this video, I'm going to go over all of the things that I prayed for in 2020 and check off the things that God answered. And then I'm going to start creating another journal. So that is it. That is all that I have for you all on January 1st, 2021. Be great. Expect greatness from God and be blessed, y'all. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to my channel. And please share this video if it touched you, empowered you, impacted you in any type of way. Please share. Until next time, y'all. Bye.